It's the weekend board games. I went to another country to get a board game today edition. That's not that big of a deal if you know that I live in the suburbs of Detroit. Windsor is like a half mile away, Windsor, Ontario. So I did go to Canada today to get a board game that was not available in America. Anyway, welcome to Tubbs Plays Games. My name is Tubbs. I play games. I like games, and so I talk about games. And this is the Week in Board Games. It's my weekly recap of all of the games that I played this past week and the announcement of the ultimate game of the week as voted on by the board game community on Instagram. So let's, if you're watching this on TikTok, YouTube, or Instagram, please go to the other two. Give a follow, give a like, give a comment, do a subscribe, share, report it for indecent. Don't do that, but just anything that feeds the algorithm, because the algorithm is hungry. Board Game Arena is a place online where you can play board games, and I do that a lot. My name is J.R.R. Tubbs on there, and folks have been reaching out to play games. You should be one of them. It's what cool kids are doing. All right, let's dive into the games from last week. Got together with some friends on the weekday for a little weekday gaming. This was the only day of weekday gaming I had that past week. We played SETI. You guys have heard me talk about Tomas Holik a lot. My man makes good games. Makes a lot of good games. All in the past year and a half. I don't know how somebody does that. But SETI is, I would say, probably the biggest of his games as far as widely well known. I stink at it real bad. This was my third time playing it and my second worst score. But, each game we learn a little more, and I do love playing it. I have loved every game I've played from this guy. So I'm excited to play the last few that he has put out that are available so far when I get my hands on them. There was not a whole lot of time available for gaming because we are now on to Sunday morning, our bagels and board games. My wife and I tend to, sometimes my son as well, if he is here, tend to get bagels on Sunday morning and play a quick game before I or my son and I head off to our Sunday board game meetup where the bulk of my gaming is done. Generally, the game has been Sea Salt and Paper. It's my wife's favorite game. It's the first game on our 10x10 board. This was our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th play so far this year. We are just doing one game at a time on the 10x10 board. So this was our 7th play, and also a monumentous occasion because it was my first time ever getting the 4 Mermaid win. If you recall a video ago, my wife got it last weekend. It was her 3rd time. This is my first time ever getting the 4 Mermaid win, and it felt amazing. That is from Panda Source Games, by the way, Sea Salt and Paper. We play with the extra salt and extra pepper expansions. Then it was time for our Sunday meetup. We were having our monthly theme day, and the theme was 2-player games. While we were waiting for people to show up, I busted out Tally Up, which is the new Eric Olson dice push your luck game. Pejoratively, I would call it Flip 7 with dice, but it has a little, it's different from Flip 7 for sure. A review of that is going to be coming up in a couple of weeks. I had a great time with it. This guy, he makes, like I said when I reviewed French Goats in Trench Coats, he makes games that are deceptively simple. So the idea of the game, the rules of the game, all very simple, but they're just so fun. And this was no exception. That is Tally Up, if I didn't say that already. This is Tally Up, which comes to us from Messy Table Games. And like I said, it was 2-player day, and I forgot to take pictures of almost every other game I played, unfortunately. So I'll have to just tell you about them, with the exception of one other game. We moved into playing some Tag Team, which I had never played before. I was looking forward to playing. I'd messed around with it on BGA, but I don't think that really counts. Yeah, that game is excellent. I'm definitely going to be hunting down a copy. I think my son is really going to like it, and I really enjoy the variability of all of the different characters. Tag Team is just chef's kiss. Then I played, I believe it's called Royal Visit. I'm going to check my stats. Yes, Royal Visit, which is from Aiello Games. That gave me Hidden Leaders vibes, kind of, push-pull kind of game where you're trying to pull the king to your side of the board or to move this token to your side of the board through various player powers. I really, really liked it. I like hidden leaders, so I really liked this. They're very similar, and I look forward to playing it again. And then the last game I got to play for the week was Dark Pact. Dark Pact is a brand new Tom Lehman game from Trick or Treat Studios. We had convinced a guy in our, when I say we, I was not actually involved, but people had convinced a guy in our board game group that this was a game he was really going to enjoy. They convinced him to pick it up. He looked at a couple of stores, could not find it, so he ordered it online, and then it was going to be delivered the day of the meetup. So he waited at home until it was delivered, and I am so glad that he did because I so enjoyed this game. It has very big Dominion vibes, which is a game that I would like to play more of, and this felt a lot like Dominion, and again, I was bad at it. Still figuring it out. But the coolest part is one of the ways that you can win is by getting fulfilling these dark packs, and they are just bananas goals. It's like something like reveal this card and then play 37 cards in one turn, and that is how one of our players won. Not that specific dark pack, but by doing one of the ridiculous dark packs, and it seemed really satisfying. So like, it's just an excellent game, very cool art, and I'm looking forward to playing it again. And believe it or not, that's all the games that I played this week. Like I said, it was a pretty light week for gaming. There's lots of other fun stuff going on, and just didn't get to play as many games as I normally do. And that's okay. Last thing that we need to do is announce the Ultimate Game of the Week. For those of you that may be new here, Ultimate Game of the Week is the byproduct of Game of the Week, which is a hashtag that I run on Instagram. Each week, the Instagram community posts a post celebrating their game of the week. Each person nominates a game that was their favorite that week. I collect all the nominees, and on Monday, I post a list of them to my Instagram stories and invite the community to vote for their top 3. Whichever game gets the most votes is crowned Ultimate Game of the Week. So this week's winner was Meadow, which was nominated by Mac Ella Plays. I believe this is Mac Ella Plays' second win in a row. So congratulations to Meadow on being crowned Ultimate Game of the Week. Stay tuned later this week. I believe we are going to be dropping a review of Beyond the Sun. So stay tuned for that. And who knows what other weirdness may come up throughout the week. You just don't know. Got some gaming days planned, and maybe I'll even tell you about the game I got in Canada, because I know I didn't say what I got in the first place. And I'm not going to. One day, you'll learn. So until next time, my name is Tubbs. This is Tubbs Plays Games. Thanks for watching, and I will see you again soon.